Hey, y'all. It's Dr. Bear. Your Olarisha Milade. Depending on how I treated you as to what you call me. Yeah, I'm gonna get raw here today. Okay? Like, for real raw. About my own self. I got married while I was still in high school. And I was married to that man for 21 years. And I bore all 5 of his children. Okay? My oldest just turned 32. So that means I've been raising this man kids for 33 years. Oh yeah, I count the 9 months I was pregnant too. 10 months really. And then we was going together for almost a couple years before. In case you're wondering, this video is about narcissists. Okay. I get downloads all the time. A lot of aha moments. And I'm telling y'all, for the last 3 months, I have had so many aha moments. Like, so many aha moments. Now, I may have some of his family members in here. I do not know. Nor do I care. You can stay here. This is a healing group. But what's not going to happen, do not come for me, because I'm not sending for you at all. This is my story. I don't care who he is in your life. This is my story. Okay, so when I decided, and I'm going to tell y'all how I came to this aha moment. Shit, let me cut this off. I just came from the VA emergency room. And y'all know that I don't play about my health. Yeah, I'm getting fat. Don't worry about that. But I don't play about my health. I eat 1 time a day. You know what I'm saying? I take all my supplements. You know, I drink my water. Very conscious of my health. Always have been. But for, what's this, August? So that girl graduated. I'm going to say April. My last daughter, well, my only daughter, graduated. And I knew that when she graduated, she's going to move out for several reasons. I have 4 sons and a husband. And if you're a boy mom with a lot of boys, that's a lot of masculine energy. A lot of masculine energy. A lot of masculine energy. So I knew she was going to move out. You know what I'm saying? What I did not know is that absence of that other female being in my house, how that was going to truly offset how I felt. So it's several things going on. Okay, y'all, so stay with me. Stay with me. Okay, so I have spinal stenosis, honey, fibromyalgia, like from my neck all the way to my tailbone, my disc, like every other one is gone. Like they want to operate, but child, that is not going to happen. I live in pain every single day. Every single day. Despite the fact that I eat well, that, you know what I'm saying, I exercise, things of that nature. I live in pain. Every day. And I've gotten used to it. So it is how I live. Well, around April, my muscle spasms started getting just like really, really bad. And we don't know why I'm having these muscle spasms either. Like doctors can't figure it out. You know, at first, you know what I'm saying, thinking maybe not drinking enough water. Honey, I drink about 4 or 5 of these all day. And I drink in the middle of the night. Okay, so that wasn't it. You know, potassium, like all my levels are fine. So of course me, I'm just gonna I'm gonna heal myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna, let me go get some omega fatty acids, something, you know, some fish oil or something, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta be something. It never dawned on me to that this was not a physical problem. Because I mean, if you've been watching me, you say I done went to Africa, you know, I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, all kind of different stuff. Like, my job is to heal women, especially women of color. It never dawned on me that, like, this could be, you know what I'm saying, emotional situation. This could be spiritual. This could be anything. One of the things, you know what I'm saying, that has been brought to my attention so many times is that I have people monitor me all the time. I know people are always watching. You know, I know people are always reporting back on me, the whole nine. I know this. I don't care. Um, and people try to make me care. I ain't gonna never care. Because to me, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, you monitoring me ain't gonna stop what is for me. So I was, you know what I'm saying, if you a veteran, you know how long the wait could be in the emergency room. And the sad part was I was considered an emergency. I also got attacked earlier by my husband dog. I gave it to him, but yeah, I got attacked. And so I had to go to the emergency room anyway. I was planning on it, but I had to go anyway because my muscle spasms really, they just started. I mean, it was just a mess. Um, so again, I'm going to the emergency room and I'm telling them, like, listen, something is not right. Like, and I had a really good doctor, and I'm gonna be quite honest with you. People, you know what I'm saying, hate on the VA. I can't speak for everywhere because, like, St. Louis VA, baby, listen, I probably just go on the sidewalk before I go up in there, and I did my clinicals in there too, so I know what I speak. You know, I know people that work there. But Columbia VA, you know, once you get in, find the right doctors and stuff, like, they got some really good doctors there. So this lady, she talking to me. I was like, and I was telling her how long I've been having this issue. Now I got fibromyalgia too. That's what they tell me. You know, I mean, I don't even know how to claim fibromyalgia because the spinal stenosis and the disc problems, you know, that give me enough pain. So I ain't got time to even address fibromyalgia, honey. And arthritis, you know, that's gonna come with age. You know, it's gonna come with age. And especially if you're a person that was an athlete, you know what I'm saying, did, you know, physical fitness things for like a long, long time, baby, old Arthur is coming to visit you. Okay. Definitely coming to visit you. So arthritis, you know what I'm saying, that's to me something that just comes with age. You know, you got to make sure you're drinking your turmeric, your pineapple juice, you know what I'm saying, your what else I put in there, your ginger, you know, just do things, eat anti-inflammatory things. So again, I ain't gonna lie to y'all too now, you know what I'm saying, like I've been in a little funk, not depressed, but just a funk, you know what I'm saying, because I know my baby was leaving, right? Y'all, so keep in mind, say my oldest son is 32. Y'all, 33 years of male energy. Can you imagine? 4 sons, a husband, and every day, every single day, somebody got something going on. Every single day, it's something. You know, nobody never considers that you are the only woman in the house trying to solve all these people's problems. You know, that's just the life of being a boy mom, period. So, you know, ain't nothing you can really do about that. So, as I'm in the as I am in the waiting room, waiting around, of course, I don't like idle time. I could be reading, things of that nature. I come upon a article talking about how people who were in narcissistic abused relationships, how their brain, you know, that abuse ate away at your brain. It made your cortisol levels rise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you got that stomach and you don't know why you can't get rid of that stomach. And it was funny because, and I will get up and show y'all, but look, y'all see the thickness. And if you know me, you see it. Y'all see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I don't need to. So in my mind, you know, I'm just like, And that was another thing. It's like, Rochelle, cortisol. Like, why did you not think? Like, why? Y'all, honey, that's why the doctor can't be the doctor of the doctor, okay? That's why she got to go to the doctor, too. Because sometimes we miss it. I'm still my first advocate, though. So, I'm going to tell y'all some of the things that happened when I got married. And for those who don't know, I came from abuse. Like, I was molested as a child. So one thing about abuse is you wonder how people find themselves in abusive relationship after abusive relationship after abusive relationship, because they think that as long as this is not happening, they're not in an abusive relationship. Okay. So when I decided that I was going to leave my spouse at the time, I went to counseling. You know what I'm saying? I knew, like, you know what I'm saying, 21, got to have counseling, honey. And he asked about the relationship. He was like, so you was in an abusive relationship. Now, if you know me, Miss, you know what I'm saying, Fire Leo Rochelle, if you know me, yeah, y'all know I wake up wishing a MF would. Okay. So in my mind, because nobody hit me, I did not think that I was being abused. But things that happened. First night, I'm in Hawaii, me and my little baby. He gets up, he leaves, he's going to work. I go back to sleep, and he comes in the house, he puts his hands around my neck, and he tells me, you better not let nobody in this house while I'm gone. Like I'm a child. That should have been, that should have been, that I should have left then. But again, y'all did hear me say that I got married at 18, right? In high school. A child. Yes, a child. I graduated I walked across stage with my baby in my tummy. My birthday, July 29th. I had my son August the 6th, 8 days later. A child, So as far as him putting his hands on me, I would say that was probably the first and only time. Yeah. Okay. So he would do things like you know what I'm saying, we get into arguments or things like that, and I would be on, standing against the wall, punch holes in my wall right next to my face, break all my furniture. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the longest time, I couldn't understand why I would not buy a sofa table, a coffee table, end tables, because he broke them all. And if y'all think I'm lying, my little brother, my youngest brother, when I left Fort Bragg, that spouse at the time was in Korea. He had to come and patch up the holes in my house for me to clear housing. Okay? This was every house. Punching holes in walls, right? Just acting a fool, throwing a temper tantrum like a 5-year-old. Like, y'all, the abuse was so, it's in they get in your mind. When you're dealing with a narcissist, they get in your mind. Let me tell you something. He would have me convinced. Like, he came home one time and told me it was my fault that he was smoking cigarettes, because at that time I was a tobacco cessation nurse. It was my fault that he was drinking in excess. Y'all, let me tell y'all, you ever been around somebody that gets so drunk that they make you not want to drink no more? The moment that man left and went to Afghanistan, the first thing I did was stop drinking. And I was not a big drinker at all, but it turned me off in a way. Now, let me give you a backstory about the drinking part. When we got married, you know what I'm saying, he was Muslim, we was Muslim. No drinking, no smoking. We didn't drink, smoke. So, of course, somebody introduced the alcohol to him was really the end. Y'all, I could tell y'all so many stories that y'all be like, you know what the world? You ain't leave then? You ain't leave then? You ain't leave then? And the number one question people always ask me is, you didn't have 2. You ain't have 3. Not 4. Not you had 5 babies by this man. Yes, I did. Because of my background, because of what happened to me as a child, because I went through my whole life with another man's last name that wasn't even my last name, because I had to find out my last name was Robinson when I joined the Army at 17 years old, Vershelle in her mind was thinking, I ain't gonna have more than one baby daddy. See, these are trauma things, y'all, that set us up for stupid shit. Excuse my language. I hope I don't get this video and get bored. But that was stupid. That was not very smart of Vershelle to stay with a man just because I didn't want to have more than one baby daddy. Who gives a damn? Like, for real. As long as you safe, happy, your children are safe and happy, who gives a damn? Like, y'all, these are little things that people tell you to make you stay in abusive relationships, to, you know what I'm saying, make you feel like you did wrong for wanting better. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. A lot of this is church, too. Right? You know what I'm saying? This was the church in me, too. You know what I'm saying? We won't believe in divorce. Don't believe in it. Where I came from. You know, and then when I would mention it to somebody, when I would talk to somebody, you know what they would say? The Lord can work out anything, honey. Just pray about it. The Lord can work out anything. So I stopped talking to people. So when I left him, everybody was like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? Why would you leave him for 21 years? And see, people only seen the outside. They only saw that, oh, he bought her a house. Oh, he bought her a nice car. Or, y'all, let me tell y'all how trifling this shit got. When my daughter was born, she was on my breast. And he was away at a school for E7. You know what I'm saying? They call it something different now. That's why it was A-Knock back then. And I was breastfeeding my daughter and I had the phone. Right? Because the phone like this, right? So we was on the phone together. We get off the phone. I couldn't hang the phone up because of the position I had. You know what I'm saying? It was just easier for me to stay like this, breastfeeding my baby. He didn't hang up his phone. Y'all, I heard this man have a whole conversation with another woman. Whole nine. Whole nine. Now, this time, it was this in your face. And I'm looking down at my daughter and I'm just like, you know what? I don't care if everybody talk about me, but I'm leaving this man with all 5 of these children. I'm leaving. Because my baby girl, she not gonna believe. She not gonna think this is okay. This is not gonna be okay. Okay? If she decide to go be in one of these relationships, it ain't gonna be because I showed her. Y'all, at that point, I just wanted peace at all costs. Okay? Just wanted some peace. Y'all, the counselor had to convince me that I was in an abusive relationship. Because who in an abusive relationship? Because ain't nobody hit Vershelle. Because what? You know what I'm saying? Because Vershelle can get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking. And that was not so. Because the truth of the matter is, the more I got in counseling, y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is why I believe in therapy. This is why I believe in Reiki. This is why I believe in sacred raps. This is why I believe in getting spiritual baths, spiritual shower, all that. This is why. Because 51-year-old me was like, damn, Rochelle, that was stupid. So let me get back to currently. Let me pull myself back. Again, y'all, this article about how being in a narcissistic abusive relationship, and if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you're in an abusive relationship, please let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you, I don't care if they ain't put their hands on you, the stuff that they do, and people like to throw that word narcissist around a lot. No, you know if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, like, you know you are. Like, they are some of the most cunning people ever. I mean, if they could use their powers for good, baby, listen. Because some people be like, oh, I was with a narcissist. No, no, you wasn't. And I'm not trying to lessen nobody's abuse. I'm not saying that you wasn't in an abusive relationship. But if you with a narcissist, you know it, man. Like, they can trick you into believing that all they bad karma somehow have something to do with you. Like, for real. So I'm getting back to, like, let me get back to my story. So I'm like, y'all, and I, like, another thing. This last month and a half, I've been irritated. Like, when I say irritated, okay? And I couldn't figure out why. It was that balance, too. My daughter left the house. You know what I'm saying? She left. So that left me with all that masculine energy. So like I said, today I was reading about how being in a narcissistic relationship can have people to have traumatic brain injury, PTSD, all kind of stuff. And like have physical problems, things of that nature. And I was like, dang, Rochelle, that might be what's wrong with you. Y'all, I think that I had a 33-year release. That's what I think I'm going through, a release. Because see, what men don't understand, you know, because, you know, y'all know I love my husband. That's my boo. That's my baby. I serve him, honey. Yes, that's my husband. I love my husband. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to quit that MJ, I mean. But what I can't get my husband to understand is that, bruh, 33 years I've been tied to this man. 33 years. See, even when you leave them, when you got their kids, they gonna figure out a way to insert themselves in your life. They gonna figure out a way to insert themselves in your life with them children. Y'all, and I mean, I've been like, just like I said, irritated, in panic mode, just, you know. And then I started gaining weight. Y'all see this? See, I'm gonna tell you how I get away without y'all being able to see that I gain weight. I start to get pregnant. My weight comes from here. So you know what I'm saying? So my weight is long. But baby, I can't hide it no more, honey. It's there. It's there. And I kept saying to myself, like, why am I gaining all this weight? What in the world is going on? Now, don't get it wrong, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Your girl's still fine now, you know. But it's a lot for me to carry. When you have disc problems, honey, you cannot afford to be overweight at all. So I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. If you have disc problems, knee problems, any kind of joint, if you overweight, baby, I'm gonna tell you right now. And y'all, this ain't helping. This is not helping. Honey, I refuse to buy another bra. So it's gonna be sports bras until I get back down. I am having a 33-year release. It is not because I'm not healed. It's not because I was triggered. It's nothing. It's a release. And I had to release it. I'm doing a video. One of them boys, y'all. One of them boys, I'm telling you. It never stops. That's why I'm building my little tiny house out on my land. Honey, that ain't the house. That's my house. That's my tiny house. That's going to be in the back of my other house. Child. And it was told to me. It was compulsory upon me. So, and it was compulsory upon me. It was put upon me in March. And I just kept putting it off. I let $300 stand in between me and a tiny house. I let me just not feeling like going to the tiny house lots to go get it. You know what I'm saying? All that. Listen, I don't know what religion y'all follow. And y'all know I don't like religion. But I definitely believe in supreme beings. You know what I'm saying? I'm ether. It makes sense to me. All of it makes sense to me. When you are told to do something by your elders that you trust, your spiritual elders that you trust, and I'm spiritual elder to people too. When you are told by your spiritual elders to do something and you trust them, do what they tell you to do. Because had I got the tiny house when I was told to get the tiny house, I probably wouldn't be going back through as bad as I am. Now, was I going to go through this? Yes, I was going to go through this. First of all, my last child left. I was pregnant from 18 to almost 33 years old. You hear me? 18 to 33 years old. I've been raising children for 33 years. Ain't that funny that I stopped having babies? Because Nadia came July 5th. I turned 33 July 29th. I stopped having babies at 33, and I've been raising babies for 33 years. 33 years. And 3 is my favorite number. But so yes, y'all. This was something that I could not skip. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, empty nest syndrome. I would like to say I have an empty nest, but I don't. It's people still living in my house. So, but you still gonna go through the empty nest syndrome because guess what? I don't have no more minors. And baby, I don't take care of grown people unless they paying me. But I'm still dealing with all this masculine energy. And because I am so used to taking care of men, and my men are spoiled. Y'all will tell y'all, let me tell y'all, excuse me for this fly that's flying around. I run a homestead. And in the summertime, I got chickens outside. Listen, y'all gonna see it. So if you're gonna say she got a fly flying around, I'm not gonna be offended because, baby, I'm out here growing my food and stuff. So it is what it is. But I just want to throw that out there. So, like I was saying, empty nest syndrome. If you have children, when they leave, you're going to go through empty nest syndrome. And when your last one leave, you're going to, when I say feel some type of way, I don't mean in a bad way because I'm happy for her. I'm so happy for her. It's just that you've been raising children. Even if you got one, you've been raising kids almost 18 years. So, you know what I'm saying? You're going to feel that. Everybody's situation is different. And I am one of those people, I compartmentalize very, very, very well. Very well. And I try and always look at things. I try and be positive, like it's going to turn out positive. I don't even like being around negative people. I don't even like being around people that like talk about their illness all the time. Like ain't going to never be no hope. You know what I'm saying? Because then you making my illness act up. You know what I'm saying? Because I put my illness over here. It's not going to stop me. I'm not going to let it. And I feel like as long as I keep telling myself that and keep taking care of myself, I'm going to be okay. So, I'm telling y'all, my sisters, that pray for your girl. Because, yes, I'm going through it. But today, like I said, was an aha moment. I realized that I'm having a great release. We just came out of retrograde, August 11th. So we Leos, we spent our time in retrograde. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was another thing. Like my birthday came around, I didn't feel like celebrating. Not in a bad way, like not like I wasn't happy to be here another year. It's just that I didn't want the party and all that. And y'all want to know something funny? When you have boys, sometimes they could be a little thoughtless. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't thinking, your girls gonna always give you presents. At least I hope y'all girls are. And this is something I noticed in my family, I should say. That women, we celebrate each other. We even we celebrate the men too. But we be pulling feet to get the men to do it. It's just, and we spoil them. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Our grown men in our family are very spoiled. But it's time that I pour into myself, spoil myself. Y'all, this was something. I'm gonna get some natural tests done I mean, I've had every test, Western test that I could possibly have to try and figure out why I was having these muscles. Y'all, when I tell y'all muscles, oh child, it, I mean bad. I'm talking about my daughter in love. She had to pull over on the highway yesterday so I can get out the car to stretch. Because like when I get the spasms, it's like there's something, it's, you can feel it. Like you can feel my muscles spazzing up, and it does it in my back, my all over my body. So I'm just like, and if you've ever had an illness and or a condition, I should say, not an illness. If you've ever had a condition and nobody won't give you a diagnosis, or none of your tests are coming back bad, you know what I'm saying? And I'm so grateful that my tests come back good. You know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful that they come back good. Because it did let me know this is spiritual. This is emotional. And I'm tough as nails. And I don't mean that in a masculine way at all. You got to be tough when you got 4 boys. You know, I'm tough. But I'm living my soft life now. But to live a soft life around men is, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not easy. When you have that many men depending on you, it is very hard to live a soft life, because a lot of times they forget to speak to you gently. They forget to handle you gently. You know what I'm saying? They forget. And that can be hard. I know I done covered a lot of stuff for y'all in these 31 minutes that I've been talking. But let me explain something to you once again. If you're in a narcissistic relationship, and like I said, don't nobody need to tell you that you are in a narcissistic relationship. You know if you are in one. I urge you to leave. And if you know one thing about me, I don't tell nobody to go nowhere. That ain't my business. But can you imagine having a traumatic brain injury, having PTSD because you was in a narcissistic relationship for 20 some years? Like I said, 33 years, because I had his children. I have his children. Baby, it makes you tired. And see, if you one of those mamas like me, you know what I'm saying, that's going to keep on pushing, because you got to do for your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going to stop pushing. And I ain't going to never stop pushing. One thing about it, my kids will tell you, I ain't in their business. Once they get grown, I don't get in their business. You know what I'm saying? If they want to come talk to me, they could talk to me. You know? And I'm going to always tell them that they deserve happiness. They deserve to be safe. All of those things. You know? I had one that I wanted to get out of a relationship so bad with one. But guess what? I had to pray his way through that, because as a mother, I couldn't do nothing but be here. Now, if I'd have nagged him, guess what? He'd probably stayed longer. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, if you are in a narcissistic relationship, get out. Run. Take your children. Run. The children are going to have PTSD. You're not the only one going through this. Your children going through it too. I tell people I don't regret much of nothing in my life. Nothing. And I've told my children this, and I mean this. I believe if I'd had 5 kids with another man, I'd still have the same 5 children. So I will tell you that is the only thing that I regret in my life, is ever procreating with that man. I still want all 5 of my kids. The ones that I got right now, mistakes and all, I don't care. I still want the same 5 children I have. I still want them. But if I could have traded anything in life, it would have been that damn baby daddy. It would have been. He was awful. And that is the conclusion that I came to, y'all, while I was sitting in the VA. Yes, the dog did jump on me, so it tightened me up. It hurt me just even more. But I was already muscles spazzing all over the place anyway. I was going to the emergency room today anyway. I'm getting to let go of a 33-year-old burden is being lifted off my spirit, off my body, off my mind. And for a 33-year-old spirit to be lifted off your body, off your mind, off everything, you're going to go through some stuff. A lot of times people think because they're spiritual that they're not going to go through things. You're still going to go through things. It's just that you know how to get up. You know what I'm saying? You might get knocked down, but you know how to get up. I'm going to keep getting up. And I'll keep y'all posted. I'll keep y'all posted because this is something. This is really something. I'm definitely going to go get some natural tests done, like some metal testing done. Make sure I ain't got no metals or high metals or anything like that in my body, because that could, you know what I'm saying, make you have all kind of different issues too. I don't think so, but you know what I'm saying, you want to dot all your I's, cross your T's, you know. But yeah, it's so funny. The moment I read that article, and then of course me, you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna be no one article. I'm gonna keep reading. So I want you to go look up. If you don't believe me, look up what abusive narcissistic relationships can do to people. Can you imagine if I wasn't a spiritual counselor, advisor, or anybody, you know what I'm saying, just going through this life with this? Honey, I would have been crazy. I would have been crazy because, see, there's something that I know. There was nothing that I could have done to change that. Nothing. That relationship was only holding on because I was holding on to it, because I was being manipulated to stay. Y'all, let me tell y'all. Let me give you an example of some manipulation. When I told that man that I wanted to stay, do y'all know that man got in the car with me and pretended like he was looking for houses with me, for me and the children to go live in? Baby, manipulation. Okay? Baby, when I tell you I got stories, I got stories. Like, every year of that 21-year marriage, there was a time that I should have walked away. But I'm going to tell you, I feel some type of relief coming on now that I realize what it is. Legally, I get to drop him for real, for real. See, I did my part of the dang on divorce. I informed him of our children. A lot of that stuff went unanswered, the whole nine. But see, at the end of the day, one thing that I know is that had I not honored the divorce, he would have came for me legally. Now, mind you, he ain't paid no child support, no nothing but these children. I didn't go after him. I didn't take his money. I didn't do nothing. I know a lot of y'all wondering why I did not do that, because one thing about it, baby, maybe if I hadn't gone to school, gotten degrees and things of that nature, and been able to take care of my children, maybe I would have. But I just thank God that I did not have to force a man to give me money for his children if he didn't want to. And he did not want to. I'm not going to lie to you, at one point, and y'all going to be like, oh, you got to tell that other story. And if you want to hear it, y'all just drop that in the comments and I will tell you that other story. I'm not going to lie, at one point, I was like, I am disgusted by his wife. Y'all, they was hiding my boys in their home. I sent my boys, 3 of my boys, the oldest one was grown, 3 of my boys to live with them, because I was thinking, you know what I'm saying, my boys are teenagers now. It's time for them to be with their father. Because one thing about it, a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. I know y'all think so, but it is not so. You could tell him as a woman what you expect a man, things that you want a man to do, but you can't teach him how to be a man. So me, I'm thinking I'm doing a beautiful thing by letting my boys go live with their daddy. Child, he had a whole woman, her 2 kids, a baby he done had over in Germany with her. They was hiding my children, honey, in the house. hiding my children in their house. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I had a dislike for that wife. A true dislike for her. A disdainment for that ass. Unfortunately, his family interpreted it as I wanted that man back. Baby, not only did I swear off Tauruses, I swore off all men from the Midwest. Okay? Baby, my husband is from Panama City Beach, Florida. Baby, I got him as southern can get. Baby, swore off the whole Midwest. The whole Midwest. When I left him, I ain't gonna date nobody from the Midwest. I love you, St. Louis. I do. But that's what happened with that. Listen, I was done with friends that was Tauruses. And if you my friend and you a Taurus, you know I ain't lying. That's how bad that thing affected me. I'm done. Child, listen. I know I said I was gonna be done, but let me tell y'all this funny. When I went to Nigeria in December, because see, this is the thing. The stuff about the signs is true. About zodiac sign, it's true. Now the problem is that there are bad people in every sign, and they could, you know, make a person feel like the whole sign is like that. When I went to and she gonna laugh at me if she sees this. When I went to Nigeria in December, my Iyanifa, I was the thing is listen, y'all, I don't want to see y'all, but it's a gift and I see you. When I say I see you, I see you. And I see you see that I see you. That's why you don't want to have nothing to do with me. That's why you don't like me right off the bat. Because I see you. See me seeing you. So, when I got to the airport in Lagos, and my Iyanifa and the other person came and picked me up. Me and her was so happy because we had been having having lessons before I had went over there, so we hadn't seen each other's face and everything. Honey, we had the biggest hug. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the greatest. Like, we were so happy to see each other. But when I hugged her, I knew she was a Taurus. I knew she was. It had been a long time since I dealt with a Taurus. A very long time. And so I was like, you know what, Shell, you just tripping. She not a Taurus. She not a Taurus. I ain't even asked. So finally, I'm going to say, because I think I was there 2 weeks. I'm going to say about a weekend to about 7 days in, I turned around, I asked her, I was like, hey, Nathan, what's your sign? She was like, I'm a Taurus. And baby, let me tell you something about some Tauruses. They bulls. Oh, in real life. They are. And that's a good thing. I'm a lion. But let me tell you something else. I always call my children blions. Because a Taurus, a bull, and a lion came together and made some babies. Baby, we made blions. Do you hear me? I am not playing with you. And if you've met my children, you know I'm not lying. We made some blions. So, 7 days in, I asked, I was like, Edie, what's your sign? She was like, I'm a Taurus. I was like, Y'all, I was like, dang, we ain't gonna be friends. I'm here for initiation, and we ain't gonna be cool no more after this, because like our personalities, it ain't gonna work. But even if it's not narcissistic, so it worked out perfectly fine. I love her to life. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say I love her to life, I love her to life. You know, but baby, the bulls be bullying. Okay, like I would definitely say this. If you ain't never been to Nigeria, don't go by yourself. But baby, my boo took care of me. Okay, like holding my hand, crossing the street. Like she wasn't playing at all. So I did get over that. You know what I'm saying? I can have friends that's tourists now. Because I'm telling y'all, I wasn't dealing with y'all at all. Thank God for the E&E, because now I know that y'all good people. I promise you. No Midwest, no tourists. Like, I'm telling you. And if you have been in a relationship with a narcissistic person for a long time, you know exactly where I'm coming from. Okay? Like, you know where I'm coming from. Okay? So, yeah, y'all. I'm dropping off a 33-year-old burden right now. It's just slipping off of me, you know. And you know when you detox, you know what I'm saying, you're uncomfortable. So, I'm uncomfortable. So, like I said, pray for your girl, okay? I'm gonna be all right, because, like I said, when I read that article and when I thought about my symptoms, I was like, dang. But we gonna get through it. I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna be cool. I'm cool. I'm good. I just need to come to that realization. I needed to come to that realization. I don't believe in coincidences, really. I do not believe in coincidences. I don't believe that, you know, I just magically went to the VA today. And the events that went down, because, honey, let me tell you, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was so irritated that there's a pharmacy tech there. He's a man. And two times already I've had to deal with him, and he's incompetent. The medication that I went to the emergency room for, because my prescription had expired, I had already been to the counter with him a couple of days, like 3 or 4 days before, a couple times, about this medication. And he was telling me the medication was expired a year ago. Sir, I just filled this prescription last month. It can't be expired. Long story short, when the ER sent me over there to pick up my medication, this man told me that the medication was not there. I thought I was going to lose it, y'all. I really did. I thought I was going to be one of those people every time I went to the pharmacy, the police was going to be there. I really thought I was going to lose it. Because one thing for sure, I know that lady told me, your prescription is in there, and I'm adding some Tylenol and some Motrin. I don't know why they want to give me some Tylenol and Motrin. I know, honey, I got plenty of Tylenol and Motrin. So when that man told me, I got you some Tylenol and Motrin, sir, that is not what I came here for. And he was like, it is not in here. Y'all, I was so pissed off. I slammed my paperwork down. I was like, this is the whole reason why I went to the ER. Like, showing him and everything. You know what I'm saying? That man told me, it ain't in here. It ain't in here. Y'all, that's the first prescription she had put in there. And she had told me to walk slow because she had to add the Motrin and the Tylenol. Honey, I was just like, okay, Rochelle, don't be one of them people. Because we just came to a realization, you know what I'm saying? We know why we are not feeling well and the whole nine. Let's woosah. Come on. Let's have a meditation moment. You know what I'm saying? Like a 10-second meditation moment real quick in your head. I had to do it. Because you don't want to be one of the people at the VA. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they got to call the MPs. They'll be like, don't even come to the counter. We'll mail you your stuff. And they be taking too long to mail the stuff. Yes, I am the lady that be at the counter every time my prescription run out for them to physically give me my medication. I don't want my medicine in the mail. But y'all, I was good. I didn't clown. Because y'all know that dang old medical field out there is crazy right now. Like, it's crazy. So, I did good. I did good. Because you know what? For whatever reason, I mean, the VA might need a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, pharmacy techs. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't getting it. He just not getting it. And it ain't his fault he ain't getting it. And it's not his fault that they left him by himself. So I had to remind myself, and see, that's when you know, just because you triggered, You cannot go and take your triggers out on other people. You got to recognize that you are triggered and you are responsible for your triggers. So if the police would have came to the pharmacy, honey, they would have been taking me away, not the man behind the thing, me. So I call that emotional growth. Because if I go to the pharmacy on post, sometimes the MPs might show up. It's not my fault though. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault, y'all. It wasn't. But I'm a better person. I'm a better person. Oh Lord. It take a lot for me. It really do. And y'all, I could not figure out why I was there. Like for a month. You know how you'll go there? Yeah, I was there, like irritated all month. I've been irritated. Just irritated. And all my irritations was turning into muscle spasms. Baby, listen. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all this. I am so glad my cameras to my security system is down. If y'all could have seen me outside being jumped on by this dog, Lord have mercy. Y'all, I ain't have on nothing but a robe and some flip-flops. And y'all know South Carolina got nothing but sand. Child, I had sand everywhere. Y'all ain't have on no clothes. Y'all heard me right. I just had on a robe. Honey, sand everywhere. Ooh, child, I'm so upset about that still. Anywho, y'all, I'm getting off here because I don't held y'all long enough. I told y'all like 20 minutes ago. This is the end of the video. And it wasn't. All right, if you hung with me for the whole video, thank you. Pray for me because I'm praying for you. Peace and blessings.